Stop being so arrogant. We live in an arrogant world where we're trying to pretend we don't need each other. But how you don't need each other, but we need all these people to follow us on a phone just so we feel important. It's crazy, man. All I'm saying is touch somebody's butt or something and get active, love somebody. Welcome to this week's episode of Hump Day Romance. I'm your host, Zeus. Let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever felt like you've lost yourself from being with somebody? A relationship of any kind. Doesn't have to be romantic. It can be friendship. Sometimes it could be working relationship. Any type of relationship. Have you ever felt like you've lost yourself? Nowadays, we meet people. They really want to meet us the way that we are, then slowly alter us to be who they want us to be. Dress the way they want us to dress. Act and think and talk, all these different things. Do y'all know how toxic that can be to be under somebody or be with somebody that just all the time has a problem with everything you say and do? Not because you're wrong, but because it differs from who they are. Ain't that some bullshit? I always feel like it's arrogant to think that somebody walking this earth owes us something. As if all of us are not God's children. All of us can't be taken out of here today. You know what I'm saying? We live in a very arrogant generation. Then, after being with us for a certain amount of time, they're now calling the things that they liked about us something different. So, for example, when you met your man, you met him, he was like, oh man, he's confident. I liked how confident you was, you was just real sure of yourself, you know what I'm saying? And I liked your clothes and, your earring and everything. I thought it was dope. You like, word? Shit, you be crazy, shit. Fellas, when you met your girl, she was all in a nice little dress, had a nice little fat ass, you know what I'm talking about? Had a little dress with a little side titty on the side. Everybody like a good side titty, right? Who don't? Now that y'all been with each other for a little while, now the girl can't show a goddamn knee in the streets. Goddamn, the girl can't have a goddamn dress above the knee up in this bitch. You don't ask her, where you going? Why you wearing that? Nah, bruh. She was sexy when you had it. Why she gotta be a hoe now? Why she dressing like you dressing like a hoe now? Well, I mean, shit, you grab that hoe. You put out your bait for that hoe. What does that make you? The hoe's wrangler. That's what that makes you. The point is, don't try to change people. If you like me in the beginning, like me for who I am now. Somebody once said, change is for somebody else. Growth is for yourself. See, a lot of times people try to pretend that they're focused on our best interest, when really they're just focused on their own. They have a preference of the way that they want you to behave. Now see, somebody that really loves you wants you to be who you want you to be. Okay? They don't want to try to control you. They don't want to do none of that because they too busy focusing on controlling themselves. So only people that want to control you, they're the ones that's not focused on their own grass. So you got to watch those people. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes those people can be kind of intrusive. And you need to tell them people, hey, could you step off my dick? Or, can you step off my tit and just back off and give me a little space to be myself? I don't need to hear your opinions about everything. I got my own life experience. See, that's the most arrogant thing. When you meet people, you might be from the north, she might be from the south, and you like, oh man, you should do it this way. She's like, oh no, you should do it this way. Both of y'all should be shutting the fuck up because y'all trying to figure out the right way, which requires growth. Sometimes we think that we have to change for people in order for them to love us. But you gotta be real careful about how much of yourself that you change, because if you change the recipe too much, it becomes a different dish. You understand? If you change too much about yourself, you become somebody that you can't even recognize in the mirror. I don't know about y'all, but I can't live like that. I don't want to not recognize who I am, because what happens when this person leaves us or we leave them? We don't even know ourselves. Now we're left with a stranger. Let's say we're a fast food meal, right? Let's say I'm Wendy's, right? And a woman pulls up and says, hey, I like the number one. That's me. I'm the number one. I come with lettuce, pickle, tomato, all that stuff, right? And she says, okay, I'm going to have a number one. Then they say, okay, pull around to the drive-thru window and say, wait, I want to customize it. Now, it's okay if she wants to take off the cheese. It's even okay if she wants to, a little less tomato. That's you compromising in a relationship. But once they start saying stuff like, hey, can you take the hamburger patty off of the bun with some lasagna, some lettuce, and some breadsticks? Do you know what the hell Wendy's is going to tell you at that drive-thru? That is completely a different order. You want something different from a number one. Sometimes people meet us in our lives and they say they love us for who we are, but really, they want to change us into something totally different. Humble yourself. My mom always told me, man, don't forget what side your bread is buttered on. Now that may be a country ass saying, but what she's saying is, don't forget where you come from. Don't forget who cares about you. Don't forget the things that matter most. All right? So, moral of this story, if you are in relationships or have relationships with friends, peoples, loved ones, marriage, whatever, you have to be somebody different for that person to love you or to accept you, then maybe you need to ask yourself, is it worth it? Because what happens when that person leaves you or you leave them? Or God forbid, one of you passes away. You're going to look in that mirror and you're not going to know who you are anymore. You're not even going to know what you want anymore. Don't let people control your mind. It's okay to walk away from people. Detach peacefully. If you've enjoyed this episode of Hump Day Romance, if you really feel like you got something out of it, then y'all, feel free to cash app $1 to the show. Now listen, if you want to cash app a little bit more, I'm not going to close the door. Go ahead and do that thing. You know, that's just blessings. So I appreciate you. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me down in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Have you ever even been in this situation before? Drop it down in the comment section below. Let's have a grown folks discussion. Know what I'm talking about? Love somebody. I'm Rope Zeus. Live your dreams, not your reality.
Respect.